Welcome to my daily devotional for Friday, the 9th of December. And our reading is from Luke chapter 1 and verse 20. Now you will remain silent, not being able to speak until the day that these things happen, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled at the right time. There are times when people question God and encourage others to question him. As we all know, there are different ways of asking a question. We can ask with a negative attitude, which is always accompanied by doubt and disbelief. Negative questions tend to look back and rely on experience. Therefore, these questions have rarely seen the possibility of change or a new thing happening. This seems to have been the way in which Zacharias asked his question. The barrier for him was old age, what is now called ageism. He questioned God's ability to overcome the natural restrictions of this world. Perhaps it is necessary for us to consider whether it is ever right to question God in this way. My personal opinion is that it isn't right. He is the potter, we are the clay. In Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 9, we read, "But doom to you who fight your Maker. You are a pot at odds with the potter." Does clay talk back to the potter? What are you doing? What clumsy fingers? And that's from the Message. There is a sense in which doubting questions can attempt to raise us above God. They can assume the position that implies we know better than God. We are right and he is wrong. Whereas positive questions that we put to our Father look to have our minds and spirits expanded to come into line with his unfathomable plans. Positive questions come with the faith that desires to see what is in the present but is not seen. They come with the understanding that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. And that's from 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. It may seem harsh that Zachariah was struck dumb because of his unbelief. However, we can see that the purpose was to bring him into the position of belief. Whilst in unbelief, he was unable to spread his unbelief by word of mouth. When the promise was fulfilled, his speech was returned, and he was able to speak from a position of belief. Our best prayer when we are in any form of unbelief is to ask Jesus to lift us up